Okay. All right. So again, feel free if I'm going too fast or you just have a question, unmute yourself and shout it out. So today is Listing Presentations 101. To get to your listing presentations, we go to Weichert Tools. If you often start off in My Weichert, there's this right here, the last button on the menu, Weichert Tools, it'll bring you right there. And then it's the first tile here, which is Projects. So I have a bunch that I've created for agents. That's why mine say created for, but yours will say names, addresses, and then when they're created. And if you're going to create a brand new one, just create new project. And then first, last name. We'll just go a random zip code. So we have Sam Seller at 123 Main Street. And then you just hit next. So here you can add photos if you have a photo of the house or other photos that you want to add in, or you can just go straight to your project. But I will add a photo, which is super easy. Just add photo. You find it on your computer. We'll go with house number 2 here. And then right here, it says default image. You want to hit that if you want that to be the house image on the listing presentation. And I'll point out where that goes when we get into it. All right, so then you just press next. And then you're in Sam Seller's profile. So from here, you could do a property flyer for him. Water bottle wraps are good for open houses, especially in the summertime, which is coming up. Oh, I have to add a sales associate. Just add myself. You won't have to do this part. But here are the water bottle wraps if you wanted to see. So they have the house, the address, and then your information in your picture. So you print those out, you cut them up. We've got like machines that can help you do that straight. And then if you do like double-sided tape on one side, you just wrap it around the water bottle and then it's branded to you. You could also do business cards. Similarly, it has the house, your name, and all of your information. And then on the back, you could add whatever you want to say. And then your leave behind. Listing presentations, when you print them out, they are 11 by 17 inches, so they're really big. So you can flip through and everybody can see them at your listing presentation, obviously. But the leave behind is 8 by 11, regular standard paper. So you can leave this information behind, which is helpful to the seller. It involves your marketing plan, your information, all of that good stuff. And then finally, edit profile. This is if you have to make any edits, add their spouse, do anything like that, add more photos. Well, let me click now. And then we can get into the listing presentation. So Weichert has made this presentation, and they have a certain flow to it. We go into the Weichert way. Everything's in order that way. And then you could introduce yourself, market yourself a bit, and then market Weichert. But you can always move things around and shut things off. So if you don't want like this specific page, you can just toggle it off super easily. Up here, the show all button shows every page, even the ones that are off. So if you want to add or subtract any, it's super easy. Once you've selected everything that you like, you can do show selected pages, and that way you can see all the pages that you're using in the order that they are going to be downloaded. And then showing property specific pages. This is every page where your default picture will show up. So your cover page, your social media pages, the just listed page here, or community outreach page with the just listed card. But we'll do show all for now. If you do work on a team, that's super easy. You just click team instead of individual. And then you could add associates that way. And then like the front page here would have both people as opposed to just one. And as you can see there, if you want to start editing your pages, you can double click here, or you can go to edit page. So toggling between editing the pages and then arranging your pages is easy with this button here. If you are looking to move anything around, right here, move, all of these little arrows come up and you could just drag and drop wherever you want your new page to be. And then you always want to save, obviously. This one, add page. There's a bunch of pages that can be added or enhanced, I guess. So we have different cover layouts. We'll see. Oh, so you click on one and then you scroll down, you do add page. So this one, as opposed to the picture of the house, if you don't have one, or if you don't like one that you do like with your cell phone or whatever, you could just do, this is made for the homeowner and this is their address really big. And then again, you go here and you turn whichever one you don't want off. Other pages you could add are blank templates. So you've got this with 2 pictures. You've got this one with 2 bigger pictures, 3 pictures, and then like a multitude of pictures. So if you do have pictures of the inside of the house, you can do one of these to highlight everything that you're going to market in your presentation. We have the team pages. So you could have 4 people, 5 people, or 8 people. I'm not sure why it's not anywhere in between there. But if you happen to have 6 people on your team, then you can come to me and we could edit using like a PDF editor. Super easy. You can change your community marketing photo or page. We have a few open house pages that you can choose from as well. And then when you're marketing yourself, you could do your neighborhood specialist page with no photo, with your photo here, which is already in my presentation, or this one, which they've added, which is new. So you can edit anything that's in the blue boxes, and then you could add a picture to anything that's in the orange boxes. So you can change your photo. You could add photos of like you and your family, or you at community events, something like that, just to highlight you as a neighborhood specialist. And then obviously write whatever's going on up there. And then again, if you wanted to move, click that. And then I'm marketing myself somewhere over here, so I'll just drag it right there. And then hit save. So the default team one is 3 people. So again, you could do 4, 5, 8, or this 3. And if you wanted to fill these, you hit photo gallery down here. And you could do your name and then your position. And then you could add whoever you want. So this little drop down here, you could do office personnel. And it's not fully, what's the word I'm looking for? Fully populated. But occasionally there are like your broker or your mortgage advisor in this office personnel. I'm not sure why nobody's showing up. They were showing up before when I was practicing this. But you could just drag and drop somebody in there, write their name, and then write their title. Let's see. So we do have default photos. So you could do the ones that Weichert have populated in here, include like a city, the little brownstones, and then just like your generic stock photos. and you could do like your open house experience. This is good for your community event page. If you don't have specific pictures of you working at community events, you could do like, I organized this walk or whatever, and then that could be your default folder for that. And then to just add photos here, again, it's super easy. Just click add photo, upload, and then you can drag and drop into your listing presentation. So this last button up here is the update master. So you have two options here. You could update your layout only, which would mean if I move a sheet from here to there, and then I go update layout, then that layout will be my new default. So whenever I make a new listing presentation, this will be the order of everything, which is nice because once you get into your own flow of listing presentation, then it makes sense to keep that order going. But then if you like go to your team and then you fill in your broker and your mortgage advisor for one specific page, and you go update content or layout and content, then that page will be in the right order and have the right people. But if that's something that you often change, then you don't have to update the content. You could just update your layout. So those are the two options for updating your master presentation. And then when you're all done, everything's laid out, everything's edited the way you want, then you just create PDF. Then it creates your PDF, obviously. Again, this is 11 inches by 17 inches. So it's big when you print it out on actual paper, but you could always do a virtual presentation on your iPad or computer, and then read off things like that. So the flow, any questions so far? Sorry. No? All right. So the flow of things for Weichert's default presentation is obviously your cover page. And then when you're here, it actually asks, do you want a different cover design? You could choose from these options, and the add a page guy will come up. And then here for page options, whatever you change here, you can update your master page via this little drop-down menu as well. And then you could restore it to the default. If you've made too many changes and you want to go back to Weichert's default, restore page information right there. Clear the photos as well. And then our next page is the goal of the listing presentation. So we say to sell it quickly and at the best possible price. And then again, everything in the blue box is editable. So you could add your own bullets, you could change the wording of some of them, you could delete them completely, just with this little X right there. And then the orange box is editable as well. So if you don't like that one, then you can find one like something like that. And then you always want to press save, just in case anything crashes, you want to save your work as you go. And then they have the starting point. So if you're doing a two-step listing presentation, your first step is to go to the home, walk around, get the highlights of it. And then your second step can be sitting down with this listing presentation. So you might want to highlight home, like the sunroom or something that the seller says is their favorite feature. You could put on this page and write a little tidbit about it, just so they know that you were listening and they know what you're going to talk about when you're selling the home to potential buyers. And then we go to the Weichert family. This one is not editable, as you can see, but that's sort of just like the corporate one. And then we go from Weichert as a whole to our office team. And then you can go to you as an individual. So it's sort of like a nice funnel of, this is where I work, or this is who I work for, this is where I work, and this is what I do. And then we go into the Weichert Way. So this is our 6-point selling system, and they include our compelling listing, our online marketing, local and global reach, ultimate open house program, our all under one roof solutions, and our exclusive pricing tool. And then the next slides complement this page. So you could talk about your compelling listing and how you're going to get professional photography. This is a little example of like what an iPhone can give you versus what a professional photographer can give you. And again, blue box editable. And then we go into online marketing. So a little talking point here is Weichert spends like $2 million on online marketing and SEO. So we're usually top 3 when you search for anything like homes in blah, 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 a Weichert page will come up. So people see us and we're always out there. And then again, this online marketing page is more about what you'll do. So as you can see, it's like an Instagram page, a Facebook page, sort of. And their home will be on there, which a lot of people like because it's more personalized. And then you could edit this to say what you do, what your online presence is, and all of that. And then this social media one as well. This is where you are. This is what your Instagram will look like when you're marketing their home. And then again, if you're thinking like, this is way too many online pages, you're like, I don't want this middle one here. Go back, turn it off, and then continue editing. And then our next thing is our online marketing for Weichert, the Welcome Center. And then we go into local and global reach. So it starts with local, which is your open house marketing and your just listed cards, how you're going to advertise to the neighborhood. And then it goes into global, which is our Weichert workforce mobility. So we have like 387 leading corporations that will bring people from other countries to Weichert. And then this page is sort of a reiteration. These are the companies. And I know it's very small, but again, 11 by 17, it's a little easier to read, but you also don't have to have this page on. Also in your local reach, you could do another page about you, about where you volunteer or fundraise, and then you could add as many pictures as you want that fill this page. And then we continue on with our ultimate open house program. And then again, like it autofills with your picture if you're making a listing presentation, your name and your phone number here. So it's a little like personalized marketing thing. And then you can edit what it says in there. Our next one is ensuring that the open house is a success. And then you could change these pictures up here as well. This one is about our all under one roof homeowner solution. So the first one is about the mortgage advisors that we have. So this is like an example. Our mortgage advisor can give you a sheet like this during your open house to see what a monthly payment might be. And then we continue with our all under one roof program. This highlights everybody: mortgage advisor, insurance, title, etc. And then finally, our exclusive pricing tool, which is also located in Weichert Tools. I can tell you about that afterwards, but it's our price trend analysis. And then you could always bring this, especially if it's a second step. So you've already seen the house, you've seen the upgrades, you know everything. So you can pull actual comparables and do this, and then people can see, like on this little chart, where their house might be worth. This is just another page, not in the right order, but another about me. And then we have our, sometimes they call this like Candyland, because it's like step by step by step, steps 1 through 32. But if you're giving the listing presentation, you're already on number 2. So even though it looks overwhelming, it's not that bad. And then this is just another like recap of what you'll do your 7 stages of selling their home. And then the Weichert pledge, again, you could change this, but it's basically you're going to be in communication with them fully. And then there's the thank you page, autofills with the person that you put in the profile. It says thank you for inviting me in, but these all can be changed as well. We've got some extra pages that are newer, so they're not in the listing presentation, they're just enhanced pages that will enhance your presentation if you want them to. So your virtual open house, if that's something your seller's interested in, a page about my Weichert, also virtual stuff, and then the virtual open house offerings. So those are pages that you could always add in if you want. And then again, you move them around, you save everything. And then this is your listing presentation. So if you were at the workshop I did a couple of weeks ago, it was like how to enhance your presentation. And there are some things that I can help you with, like making charts and graphs and everything like that, that we could add once this PDF is created. So again, once you're done, you create the PDF here. And it takes a bit because it's a long presentation. Does anyone have any questions now? Everyone's so quiet.
Hello.
It seems so straightforward. So
I'm here.
Yeah.
yeah, it seems pretty, So you said you can add a graph or anything like that if we need to add anything onto this. We have to create this first. We can add anything, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have like neighborhood graphs that talk about where Weichert is in the county or the town, something like that. So if we're number 1, it's a good selling point for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the pricing tool.
Yes. So back in Weichert Tools, I believe it is Tools and Resources. So there's the price trend analysis legacy, which I heard was old, so I don't know why it's even still there. So you want the price trend analysis enhanced. So this is an Excel sheet once it opens. So you can put their house number, the date, and then your name, prepared by. And then calculation number 1 is like the absorption rate. Hold on, this thing has to go away. Okay, calculation number 2 is where you put in the comparables. So comparables based on like bedrooms, baths, and you can look at all the pictures and stuff in the MLS. So based on upgrades and things like that too. Anything that you think is close, last 12 months, last 6 months, and then anything that's under contract right now. So 30 days pending. And then it does its little calculation. And then right here, it will come up with the price that this tool thinks will be good. So it's a good tool to bring if it like matches what you're thinking and what your seller's thinking. Just so like they can see that, oh, you have the special calculation thingamabob. And then if this only goes up to 400,000, so if you do need to change that, which likely you will, you just double click it and it should open. Oh, I gotta enable editing. Double click and then you can change your minimum and maximum. So we'll do the minimum 400,000 and then our maximum like 900,000. Oh, which is crazy. But you could like play around with the tool to see where your graph would land. And then you could also play around with your comparatives because the market's so crazy that maybe things from 12 months ago won't even meet your criteria now. And then you don't have to show them everything. You could just print out this page or put this page in your listing presentation for them.
Great, thank you.
So again, Weichert Tools, projects, and then create new to get you started. And then obviously, like my guy is Sam Seller. That's just like a fake name that you can use to get things started, get your listing presentation in the order that you want it, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't seem so hard. Like they said before, it seems really like follow the steps straightforward.
Yes. Yeah, I just wanted to show you like all the different buttons that you can be pressing and what they do. Alrighty.
Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for that.
Email this recording out. So if you have any other questions, you can rewatch, or you could always email or call me. And then I'll send the link to the video I did about the enhancements too. So if that's something you're interested in.
Thank you very much.
And then again, I'm always here to like help walk you through presentations. Spring market's coming, so a lot of people have been reaching out to me to update what they have. So always here for you.
Thank you.